east side once more, UMC. And again, my normal run group sold out. That's twice this year. I would have bet anybody all the tea in China that there's no way it'd sell out twice in 1 year. So all needless to say is I'm throwing back into the Hpde 1, which there's only 7 other cars, so yeah, I could work with that. Way less crowded than the normal group, and considering it's sold out, gives you an idea how many people were jammed in there on the track at once. I went in there, big goal again. Got my Hankook ventus TD z221 hard compound c30s, and I went in there to break, do a 45, minute 45. That was my goal. So go in there, crank a minute 45. Let's give me the hero. Everybody's gonna cheer my name, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty damn cool. That did not happen. Nope. Oh, it was a good dream though while it lasted. Main reason, these tires, the Hankook ventus TD z221 hard compound, the c30 compound. Now when I ran the c70 compound, which is the softest compound on the west, it was like you could do no wrong with that tire. It didn't matter how fast you went in the corner, how fast you wanted to come out of the corner, the thing just did whatever you wanted, and you just flew, and it made it effortless to get an extremely fast lap time. In fact, I cut it was like 6.3 seconds faster than my best time before was, when I ran those C70 compound Hankooks. So I mean, that's just craziness. Now granted, they turned into a pile of goo by the end of the day, and I couldn't even make it through all 4 sessions, but the speed was ridiculous. So C30s, well, they're hard compound, and I honestly thought that they probably wouldn't be 6 seconds off, but I figured it'd be 3 or 4 seconds faster. The answer, more like 2. Where the C70 compounds, I could literally get on the gas, do whatever, and the car would just grip and go. These tires were just like driving on a street tire. They spoke a little bit. They weren't so quiet and then just give out. I could tell when I was on the edge, and they slip and slide everywhere. I had to be very careful on the gas because I'd break it loose at will whenever I wanted. It wasn't like the C70s where I struggled to break the back end loose. These ones could do it at any given time. And it just felt like a street tire. My opinion of these tires, if you're in any kind of competition where you have to take a penalty for running an R compound tire, super low tread wear tire, versus like a higher tread wear tire, I would not take these tires because they are a teeny weeny bit better than the summer tire. But if I had like a Potenza RE71, I would take those over these tires. I'd take PS4 over these tires. I mean, there's a bunch of street tires that I would gladly take over these Hankook R-Comps C30. They're just too hard. I mean, there's no real advantage. And they're still the size of a pizza cutter. I mean, they're only 235, 40, 18s, and it's real skinny tires still, but they just slip and slide. There was no real advantage. It wasn't like when I was on those 70 soft compounds where it was just, my mind was blown with how good it was. These just were basically like a normal street tire. I did manage to do a minute 50.3 was the fastest, and I did like one or two other minute 50 lap times. No 40s, did not get into the 40s. Started off the day with the fastest laps. Corse came first session, like third lap, just like I thought it was going to be. And then from there on out, I squeezed a couple more in, but that was it. From the rest of the day, the times just slowed down. So yeah, the tires, the one good thing about them, these C30s, is the wear. Where the C70s totally turned into a big pile of goo, these ones actually wore just fine. After I was done, the tire looked great. Looks like there's plenty of life in it. So that was one positive side to it. So I'm gonna run them. I'm gonna run them until they die. Other things that happened in the group, well, you can see the car right in front of me, that GTR. That's his name goes by Buddha. Hopefully I'm remembering that right. Yeah, him and Dave. Can't remember Dave's last name. If you're a autocross guy, SCCA autocross guy, you know Dave. He has a red MR2 that he just built. He has a Fiesta ST and a Mazda 3, I believe. And he autocrosses all the time. Well, you don't see Dave because Dave was up my butt actually at the beginning of this session. And all day I'd been kind of whomping him and leaving him for dead. And the last session of the day, he decided to give it the beans. Him and Buddha here, they came after me. I became the little white rabbit. And Dave actually ran, my best time was a minute 50.4. His best time, which he ran during this session, chasing me down, he did a 51 something, 51.3, 51.6, somewhere around there. Very fast. He was actually catching me. And until he was running Potenza RE71s, of course they got hot and he started slipping and sliding, and I just gapped him. Well, Buddha here, I let him by. He got by Dave. Dave was nice, let him by. And then he got on me, and I let him by. And then once he didn't have anybody to chase, well, he couldn't get away from me. I was actually just catching him here and there, like he would do good, and then he'd do something where I could sneak in. And finally he was just like, he just let me pass him back. And then I didn't blow him out of the water. I gapped him a little bit and kind of held it the rest of the day. But yeah, it was fun. It was like the funnest thing that happened all day. Besides that, the day was pretty boring. I was kind of just by myself. Nobody, because I was an Hpde 1, there was nobody really in the beginning of the day that was even remotely close. Like when I was running the mid-50s, Dave was running like 55s or something. So like, you know, he eventually dropped it down to a 51, which is, for first time ever going to a racetrack, is way fast. And so he's going to be a force to be reckoned with out there for sure. No doubt in my mind. He's got the skills. So he's going to be a force. And yeah, so it wasn't until the end session they basically, I ended up slowing down a little bit. They ended up speeding up, and then kind of met in the middle. Had a little race between us three there in the final run, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, that was pretty much it for this track day. Really didn't mention the tires they're just kind of a letdown. I mean, I'm glad I got them because they are as cheap as I paid for them. It's a good thing. But they're just, I expected something a little faster. I expected a little bit better, more grip than the game. I'm guessing the sweet spot's going to be that middle compound tire, not the hard ones. Because the hard one, yeah, I would almost just get a regular tire just because these tires are still noisy as all can be. And if you see a raindrop, you're hydroplaning into a brick wall for sure. They're not. You don't want to drive these suckers in the water by each in the rain. No way. So yeah, I would just stick to just a regular old good street tire over these things. But I'm gonna stick with them. But I can guarantee if I had these tires on the West, instead of those soft compound 70s, there's no way I would have got a 45. No way. I mean, these tires, if I would have got, probably would have been in around a 49, maybe best case scenario. Nowhere near 45 though. Yeah. I wish they gripped like the C70s, but wore like these tires.